This is with the factory air box and the Borla attack only. Let's see if I can get an open stretch of traffic here. Here we go. Sounds good. Definitely sounds good with just the stock intake, but I don't get that howl, and I do notice when I floor it in the in the white one with the K&N installed, you can feel that intake literally in the gas pedal. I mean, the intake has that extra howl, if you will. You can feel it in your throttle, in your foot. So you know when you're getting into that extra air induction. The factory box just feels like it's choked. So this time we're going to do the Corsa. All right, guys, let's go do the Corsa install and do another test run after. All right, everyone, here we go. There's the factory intake. We're going to be taking off the Silverado ZR2, the blue one. And this time we're going to go with Corsa. You'll notice that the Corsa, it really has just the top end of the airbox intake, because it utilizes the bottom part of the factory, which makes it a lot easier and quicker for the install. There's a lot less things you have to disconnect and remove, unlike the K&N. The K&N, you really have to take off a lot of stuff. And it complicates things a little bit, but we once put on a Corsa and it was much simpler. But the one thing you want to get to first before you get to doing this, I already loosened this. Disconnect the battery. It's one of the things you want to do. It removes all the error codes you might get later on when you start putting in the mass airflow sensor and so forth. So that just eliminates a lot of stuff. One thing we did find out from installing the K&N on the white one, make sure that you have your key in your hand when you reinstall the battery terminal, because the damn horn is going to go off and it's going to scare the hell out of you, or at least it did me. So as soon as you reconnect the battery, hit the unlock button repeatedly at the same time, and that'll prevent that. So I don't know if that tells you that anywhere, but there you go. All right, let's get to this and see how she sounds. Update while we're doing this, and so far Corsa is really easy. Anyway, we're just doing this dismantling right now, but when this thing tilts up, just so you know, and it's not really covered well in any of the instructions, whether it's K&N or Corsa, after you disconnect this and it pivots up at about a 90-degree angle, it's going to stick on that factory mount. Those of you that are wondering, how the heck do I get it off? Do I force it or whatnot? And I was going to cover this in the K&N install. If you take a look at how that thing is mounted on there, all you got to do is give it a good whack with just your hand. Here, hold that right here. Let me just show them. So when you've got it pivoted, when you have it up at that 90-degree angle, it's going to be still mounted right here to that little connector. So while it's mounted at a 90-degree angle, just give it a good love touch whack right here, and it'll dislodge from that, if that makes sense. So don't be afraid. Once you have it up at the 90-degree angle, give it a good whack, and it's going to come forward. And also, Corsa, just food for thought, in your instructions, you say that the hose clamps are 8mm to remove the throttle body hose clamps. They're not, they are 7mm. So just so you guys know, if anybody cares. All right, back to the install. So the other thing I wanted to show you real quick is you'll notice this is still the factory bottom part of the airbox. This is Corsa. All right, so you're utilizing the bottom part still. And we're just gonna go ahead and put this on, and I'll show you. Let me bolt that up and we'll go to the next step. All right, real quickly, here is the Corsa fully installed. Sorry for the low light conditions, guys. It dropped on us pretty quick as far as the sun going down. Much easier to install. It is not as painful as installing the K&N filter that we did on the white one. This is pretty simple, straightforward. It goes together really well. We'll take it for a quick ride and you guys get a chance to hear what it sounds like. But the prior Corsas that we've done in the past, we've been really happy with. We ordered both of these intakes from American Trucks. Really happy with how quickly they got the product to me. However, the K&N filter, they reached out and asked me to post a video and give them the video of us doing the install, in which we would receive a $200 credit towards something else. I did everything that they asked, and when I reached out to them, never heard back. Sent them the video, couldn't get anybody to respond back to me. So I even called them, and they said that someone was going to get back to me to find out what was going on, because the link that we were uploading the videos to were incorrect. And needless to say, that was really poor communication on their part. So I gave up. So who cares? Will I ever order anything else again from them, from American Truck? Probably not. But regardless, they shipped it out as promised. But, you know, honestly, why even offer the dumb credit to me if you're not going to fulfill that? So there's the Corsa. Let's go take it for a ride. And then, again, remember, when you're going to reconnect the battery terminal, make sure that you have your remote control in front of you. Hit the unlock button at the same time that you're reconnecting the power, or you're going to get the horn. So you just hit this repeatedly as you're reconnecting the power, and that'll prevent the horn from scaring the hell out of you. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Let's go take this for a ride. So this is now with the Corsa installed. Pretty tame, actually. Not as much howl as you get in the K&N. You get a little bit, but not as much as the K&N. So that's interesting. We'll do another one, wide open throttle. But the K&N seems to have more howl to it. So, all right, we'll give it another shot here in a second. All right, so here's wide open throttle Corsa intake. Yeah, there's a little bit of a howl, but not nearly with the K&N, like I said earlier. We're gonna try something just for shits and giggles here. We're gonna try to open up the Corsa top plate, and we'll try that again later. So I'm just curious if it's just not getting as much air, and that's why, because of the total enclosure, that you don't get as much of that that howl, that that deep howl that you want. So we'll see. So here's what I'm gonna do. I have a feeling that the K&N has more air intake. So what I did was I took the bolts off of this Corsa, and I'm gonna open it up to allow more air to just get straight into that box. And let's see if I get that howl now. It just seems like it was still a little bit choked with the with that cover plate on. So let me give this a try. Okay, everyone, here is the Corsa. Again, the Corsa intake. This time I took the top cover plate off. I think it's gonna allow more air to get in there, so let's see if I can get that howl now. Oh yeah. All right, here's another pass. Wide open throttle, Corsa uncovered. I'm convinced. All right, we're leaving it uncovered. That's a really nice tone. It's not overly throaty, and you don't seem to get that at all while you're under moderate acceleration. But when you put it to the floor, you definitely get more of that intake howl, which is what you want. Okay, well that kind of settles that. I think when you choose between the two, that's a tough one. I really like this Corsa. I mean, the K&N's got a nice howl to it too, but yeah, that's nice. All right, so here we go, wide open. Wow, K&N air filter, Blackhawk series. Okay, that sounds really good. All right, let's do one more wide open throttle video here. K&N Blackhawk series. Oh boy. Okay, anything that I said before about the Corsa, I gotta erase it in my mind. That is absolutely worth every extra effort that it takes for the install on that K&N. You can feel it in your throttle, through the gas pedal. I think it's got more punch. It just goes. Very impressive. Corsa still sounds great, but evidently the old saying goes, you get what you pay for. Wow. That K&N Blackhawk, that thing roars. It really feels like it's got more to give. So K&N, bravo. That was pretty impressive. All right, thanks again for watching, everybody. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so. Keep an eye out for our next videos.